So I'm back with another fragrance buying guide, and this time we're going to be going over Ferragamo Uomo and all of its flankers. And really this is going to be a pretty easy one. Currently they only have 4 of them, 5 if you include one of the limited editions, which from what I was able to find online is really the exact same as this one, just in a different bottle. I looked everywhere for a bottle just to see anyway, but I couldn't really find one on eBay or anything, so that one's not going to be in here. We're going to be covering Womo, Womo Signature, Womo Urban Feel, and Womo Casual Life. So just to give you a quick gestalt, if you're unaware of this fragrance series, I do this on a lot of different fragrance lines which have a lot of flankers. So just recently I did one on La Nuit de l'Homme and all of its flankers. I've done it on the Chanel Allure fragrances, Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, Terre d'Hermès, and so on. I have a full playlist, link will be down below. Really, it's a great way to kind of take a look at the whole fragrance line. I go through, I give you the note breakdown and performance on each of these, and at the end, I will give you my personal thoughts on which one or which ones I think are the best and that are worth picking up. And currently, all of the ones we're going to be talking about today are still in full production. I've done this before where there were some discontinued ones, but all of these you still can get on discounters. These Womo fragrances, when they're in stock, are really affordable. A lot of times around in the $30 range. So those links to discounters will be down below. If you want to grab these for yourself, you can do that at a nice discount without having to pay retail. So let's start off right here with Womo. This one has sweet notes, tonka bean, cardamom, and ambroxan as some of the main notes. And this one was done by Alberto Marias along with another perfumer as well, which is awesome, so you know that it's probably going to be pretty good, and this one is. This one really got a ton of hype when it first came out, and even now to this day still does get quite a bit of talk as well. This is a very, very sweet fragrance, as would suggest the sweet notes, and yes, that is what's listed on Fragrantica. That's the prominent note according to people's votes, and well, you do get a lot of sweetness from this one. Tonka bean gives it a little bit of a powderiness. The ambroxan just gives it a kind of slightly fresh fizziness, and of course there's cardamom and there's some sort of pepper in here, just giving you a little bit of a spicy touch up top in the opening, but primarily throughout the entirety of the scent is going to be a sweet tonka bean mixture. And that overload of sweetness may make this one a bit feminine leaning for some, and for a lot of you it just may not be your cup of tea. But if you are someone who does like the sweeter men's fragrances and you want a great one for winter time, this right here is a solid option. Performance on my skin is always very, very solid, especially for the price. I do believe this one has been out of stock, although I could be wrong, it could be back, but when it is in stock and they have enough of it and there's not, a supply and demand issue, you can get these for around $30, $35. Longevity on my skin is a very consistent 8, 9 plus hours. I mean, I've got it as far as 10 and probably even beyond there if I didn't wash it off, so it will last on your skin throughout the entire day. Projection, also very, very strong. This stuff is no joke. It's so sweet, and because of that sweetness that it has, it pushes out like crazy. This is just an eau de toilette concentration, and it is still a beast mode scent, both in longevity and projection. For the price, that is almost unheard of. Great bang for your buck here all the way around. Really solid scent. Moving up next, we have Womo Signature. This is the second flanker from the line. This one has coffee, tonka bean, and leather as some of the main notes in this one. So still do get that tonka bean carrying over from the original, but this one introduces the leather and the coffee, which are not found in the original. That gives this one a bit more of a masculine touch, and it also gives it a touch more of an oriental type of feel. You do get that cardamom in the original Womo, which kind of gives it maybe a slight oriental touch, but it is overshadowed by the sweet notes. Here the coffee in this one does kind of bring that back and just gives it a bit more of a slightly warm, spicy sexiness, along with that leather giving it a bit more of a masculine touch. This one basically takes the original DNA, refines it a little bit more, and also pulls away some of the sweetness a little bit. So if the original was just too sweet for you, maybe you liked it but not enough to really wear it on your skin, Signature is one you need to try out. That leather coffee mixture in here is so, so nice. It's not the best coffee fragrance out there, but for the price, again, around the same if it is in stock. This one I think has been going out of stock as well. $35 or so, somewhere around in there. Most of the times these will be under $40. Steal of a price for this fragrance. Longevity on my skin is going to be basically on par with the original. 8-9+ hours, lasts on your skin the entire day without having to think about it. Projection is also very strong, although maybe not quite as strong as the original Uomo, but still, it is strong. These are both very strong fragrances. This one will still project. It will still go well outside of your personal bubble. It may just not have the ultra piercing projection that the original has, but hey, this one still really gets the job done. Following that one, we have Womo Casual Life. So this one has violet leaf, coffee, and lemon as some of the main notes. So this one is really cool because it takes that coffee from Signature, which we just talked about, and puts it into here. So I like what they're doing. They're kind of taking certain accords and carrying them over into the other flankers. We didn't get coffee in the original, but we got it in Signature. And we got some of that tonka bean in the original into Signature as well. So everything's carrying over, and now we're getting the coffee from the Signature brought over into this fresher version here, Casual Life. The violet leaf gives a nice different twist. I love when that note's used. It's kind of watery, kind of bright, a little bit ozonic feeling. It's very cooling and refreshing. The lemon gives you a nice citrus, kind of tart pop as well. Just a little bit of a sweeter lemon as well. And then, of course, the coffee coming through, giving it that slightly oriental touch. Overall, this one does lean on the fresher side for me, and Casual Life is a great name for it. It's fun, casual, something that you can wear dressed down in the spring and early summertime. Now, unfortunately, performance on this one is going to be dialed back, which is to be expected being that it is a lighter, fresher flanker. On my skin, longevity-wise, I'm usually looking at about a solid 6 hours, which isn't awful. It's not the 9-10+ hours that you get from Signature in the original, but 6 hours, you can't really complain. Again, especially given the price of this one, you can afford to spray it a bit heavier to get that longevity throughout the day. Projection is also toned back. When you first spray it on, it will push out pretty hard, but then after about an hour or so, it will start to settle down, become a bit more of a personal scent. While it does still leave a nice trail behind you, it doesn't push out consistently as long as the first two that we talked about. Still though, performance, not too bad for what it is. And last up, we have Urban Feel. So this one here has a really nice bottle, very shiny blue finish about it. Looks very cool. This one has bergamot, ozonic notes, ambroxan, and driftwood. So the driftwood gives it a bit of this musky woodiness about it. The ambroxan, of course, gives it the ambroxan feel that you're all aware of, and that does carry over from some of the other fragrances earlier on in the video as well. Bergamot up top giving it a nice tart citrus opening, and then of course the ozonic notes just giving it this light, wispy, airy smell. This one basically takes away all of the sweetness that you get throughout the entirety of the line. Even in Casual Life, that coffee in there, still giving you a little bit of that sweetness tying back to Signature, but this one is all about the citrus, the aroma chemicals, a nice driftwood accord in there, giving it this muskiness. If you've smelled something like Costa Azzurra by Tom Ford, that utilizes driftwood very heavily, and that's the same type of smell that you get from this one. They don't really smell anything like, but that driftwood accord does come through. Nice muskiness, nice cooling type of smell. Very nice one here. Another one that's very appropriate for warmer months, where Casual Life is probably best for spring because of the sweetness that it has a little bit. Urban Feel probably going to be best all around for summertime. This one will be able to withstand the very hot temperatures more. Longevity on my skin is going to be really on par with Casual Life, although maybe a little bit better. The aroma chemical base in this one does allow it to last longer, maybe around 7.5 hours pushing. Projection, kind of a similar scenario. First, when you spray it on, very strong. After that, it will start to die down relatively quickly. It doesn't really turn into a skin scent, but it is more of a personal scent after that first hour, hour and a half. But it is one that does leave a nice trail. When you're walking, it will leave a scent trail behind you, and that's when you'll get a lot of your compliments. And it's worth noting across the board, all of these are great compliment getters, very mass-pleasing. Same thing here, affordable on discounters. Under $40 is usually what you can find this one for. Really nice price. So we're at the end of the video here to kind of give you my summary on all of them. For me personally, I think these are all a really solid set of flankers. The original Uomo, fantastic kind of youthful sweet fragrance. Maybe for the younger guys out there, that's going to be your cup of tea. Of course, it doesn't matter the age, anyone can wear it, but that will appeal to the younger crowd because it is more of that modern style of men's fragrance because of how sweet it is. It does work great, very strong. Signature is great if you want a bit more of a refined version. And then of course we have the two freshies here, which are going to be better for the warmer months. Really, my personal favorite out of the line is going to be Signature. In terms of the fresh flankers, I can go with either one. Again, like I said, urban feel, I'm going to stick with summer. Casual life, probably more in the springtime, maybe moving into fall as well, just in more mild temperatures. So guys, that's going to do it for me. That's my breakdown of the Ferragamo Uomo fragrances. All very solid. Currently, we only have 4 of them, 5 including that one limited edition. But these are great scent, especially for the price. If we do end up getting more, maybe I'll do an updated video, but that'll be a while down the road, I'm sure. Remember, if you want to grab any of these for yourself, they will be linked down below. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.